Hi, I think we are live.
We are.
Okay, so today I have Miss Debra here with me, and first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming to my page and to share about her online journey. For those who don't know me, my name is Nguyen. I'm from Vietnam, and right now I'm living in the United States. And this is my page, and where I share about my online journey and about my personal life. So, Miss Debra, why don't you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Deborah. And first of all, I'm a child of God. I'm a mother of six, a grandmother of 19, and a great grandmother of six. I'm a successful online business owner.
Okay, great. How do you got into this business first place?
Well, actually, I'm an accountant by trade. And in 2015, my position was eliminated of many years.
Right.
So, anyways, I thought, well, I got a great severance package because I was paid very well. I used to live in Alberta, Canada, and I was paid very well. And I thought, I will take a trip, pay off some bills, I'll be able to survive a couple of years and then I'll start looking for work because I know I'll get a job. I've got great experience. I loved what I did and I did very well at what I did. So, anyways, I went through, the process of going on vacation, paying off some bills, surviving on my severance package. And then
Right.
it was time for me to go to work, like get a job. So I started looking for work, taking my resume for something I had not done in many, many, many years. And I get interviews, but they'd all ask me, how long do you plan on staying in the workforce? Well, look at me. I'm not a
Right.
spring chicken. So I had to come to the realization that nobody wanted to hire anybody over the age of 60. So
Right.
I started looking online and I came across these two young guys that was doing this business and they were just totally amazed at how they were doing it. And I watched the information session that they had and I knew the minute I watched it, it would work. I wasn't sure exactly how it was
So,
going to work
uh,
because I had no social media experience at all.
when you first joined, do you think like it was like a scam? Because when I ask people pay for the 149, they just think I'm trying to scam them.
You know what? When they asked for the 149, I knew that it wasn't. Being an accountant, I have done income taxes for years, like over 40 years, way over 40 years. I've done
Right.
income taxes for small businesses, large businesses, multi-million dollar businesses, little tiny businesses, right? But
Right.
when they ask for money, it's not a scam because they have the 30-day money back guarantee. If you pay your 149 and you watch the information session, and at the end of the information session, they give you 30 days. So on the 29th day, if you decide, I guess this isn't for me, we'll give you back that $149.
Right.
That proves it's not a scam. This is such a legit business. And also in Canada, we have to pay GST and we have to, it's a business. So you have to claim it as an income. They send us a T4. They'll send you a what is it, 1099 in the United
1099. Yep.
States. And in Canada, they send us a T4A. So that shows it's a legitimate business. If,
Right.
you know,
So,
people are looking, it's not get rich quick though. And that's what a lot of people today are looking for is a get rich quick scheme. This is not. This is a very legit business. We have a training system. We have all the tools and we have a personal mentor and coach for each person that becomes a part of our business. And it's your choice, whoever comes in, to do that training and do it properly. And I compare it a lot to if you're going to school to become a hairdresser or a mechanic or a truck driver or a doctor or a lawyer. You go to school, you get the training. You
right.
do the first set of part of the training before you ever move to the second part of the training. And if you just jump and skip and do books here and there, you're not going to be a very good doctor. You're not going to be a very good mechanic or hairdresser, or whatever it is. You have to follow the training exactly the way it's laid out. And if people would come in and be serious and know, because the money that can be made in this business
Right.
is totally above anything I've ever seen in my life. Like ever. When you can make more money in 1 month than you ever did in a year, that will blow your mind. It did mine. When it happened to me, it totally blew my mind. And, you know, and I'm taking my checks and I'm taking my calculator, and my daughter's saying, Mom, what are you doing? You're an accountant. Guaranteed the first time you added them up, it was correct, right? But, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. And it
Right.
doesn't, you have to do the process. You have to follow the system. You have to do the training. But if somebody's willing to put that time and effort into it, and you know what? I gave myself a 5-year plan. If it would take me 5 years, and all I wanted at the end of 5 years was making $5,000 a month. If I could make $5,000 a month, because I worked all my life, so I know you don't make that kind of money when you're starting out doing
Right.
a job or something. So I thought 5 years, that'll be good. I'll dedicate full time to this. I will do it. And it happened for me a lot sooner than 5 years. But that was my goal, 5 years, because I know being an accountant, it takes time to build a business to become a profitable business, right?
So when you joined the program, so how long did it take you to get a result, to get
Well,
the result
everybody's
you want?
different. Totally everybody's different. It took me a little longer than others because I didn't even know how to put a picture on Facebook when I started this business. I used to work on a computer 12 to 14 hours a day doing income tax programs, database programs, Excel, anything to do with business. But at the end of the day, I'd close my computer and walk away, right? So
Right.
I never learned anything about social media. And we do a lot of work with social media. And because it's an online business and it's the best way to promote our business is through Facebook, LinkedIn, Kijiji, you know, Google, YouTube, whatever, right? But we train people to do that. So I was a little slower than others. There's no set time limit. I've seen people come into this business and become successful in 2 months. I've seen people come into this business and them take 3, 4, 5 years, you know, but it's up to them. It's what you put into it. I honestly believe if you go to work 1 hour a day, you're going to get paid 1 hour a day, right?
Right.
So it's up to you how you want to, you know, do it. And of course, we have to do our own advertising. So it depends how well you
We,
follow the training and how well you do your advertising.
yeah, we
Right?
have training step by step.
Step by step.
Very easy.
Exactly. And if you do it exactly step by step, it works.
So our business is not like a traditional business. Um, so like for now, if you want to open like a small restaurant, it's gonna cost you around 50,000 to 100,000, just to open a small restaurant.
More.
And I'm not talking about the equipments and the staff that you have to pay for. So the investment is not that much compared to a traditional business.
My goodness, I have completed income taxes for franchises. And back in the 80s, people would buy a McDonald's franchise and they would pay over $1 million for it back in the 80s. And I watched them in 10 years' time, they still were not making a good profit. The husband and wife thought they could do this so they could spend more time together, be able to travel. That didn't happen. One of them had to be at that facility 24 hours a day. So the wife was there for 12 hours and the husband was there for 12 hours because somebody had to be with their children. They never seen each other. It was
Right.
years before they could trust somebody to step in and take over their business. This is nothing like that. Like those type of businesses work very, very hard. And you have to have a lot of money and you have to have a lot of trust in people for somebody to step in and take over your business, like in a franchise like that. With this,
Right.
you're your own boss. So you're the one who decides whether you're successful or not successful. It's not me, it's not you, it's whoever comes into the business. Like I was responsible for my own, I'm responsible for my own failure and I'm responsible for my own success. And you know what? Today, people just aren't afraid of success. They're also of failing. They're also afraid of success because
Right.
they really don't know what they would do. You know, will they use it right? Will they invest properly? What will they do? Right? So you know, there's fear everywhere. And once people get afraid, stop being afraid of everything they do and take a chance. And like, this business is for everybody. As look at us, you're very young and I'm very old. So you know what? It's for everybody in between. It does not matter. And it does not matter your education level, where you're from, your nationality, male, female. It has no bearing on any of that, right? So
Yes.
this business, and I don't understand today why everybody's not jumping at this, because you go into work and work is very negative. You have a lot of negativity in the workforce. And in this business, we don't allow negativity. So everybody's positive, and you meet people from all over the world. I never would have met you if it wasn't for this business, right? And I have met people from all over the world. I've been interviewed by people from all over the world. And this business is something that is for everybody. Everybody, everybody. At least try, right?
Yes, so I used to work for a lot of different network marketings, but nothing compared to this one because when once I joined in, I on my own. There's nobody to help me. I had to learn emails marketing, how to build my own website.
And we do all that. Our
Yes, we do all
system,
that.
we have a system that does that for you, right? We have a system set up so perfectly that, you know, when people join, they're going to receive emails, and they're set up automatically through our system, but they come
Right.
from us. And then we have the training to be able to answer the questions when people ask us, because we have the answers in the question in the training. But that 90-minute information session is step number one. Register on V's website there, and with your name and your email address, and watch that 90-minute information session. That information session is going to give you enough information for you to know whether you want to find out more. And then after you watch that information session and listen to the people at the end telling their stories, someone you might relate to, and they're going to ask you to pay the $149 at that time. When you pay that $149, you get 30 days to look all over the 3 hours of information that we're going to send you. We're going to send you 3 more hours of videos that's going to explain product, how to get involved, what it's all about. And then you make a decision if this is for you or not. If it's not, reply, you know, they tell you exactly how
You
to
get your
do it.
money back.
Try to get your money back, and you will have it back. We're not out to keep people's money. It doesn't make any difference to us, that 149. But the 149 tells us whether you're serious or you're not serious.
Okay, Debra, may I ask, what is your biggest month so far into
Yeah, being an accountant, I really hate doing that, but I will tell you, my biggest month was a very high 5 figures. Very high 5 figures, my biggest month. I haven't
okay.
made the 6 figures yet a month, but I have I make, you know, I have made a very high 5 figures, and it fluctuates from month to month depending, you know, but yeah,
So as I know, you joined this business when you were 65, right?
I was 60. I'm 66
60?
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
had a lot of struggles with the online
Yes.
other
Yes.
computers.
Well, computer, I had no issues with the computer. It was the social media, like Facebook, how to put a picture on Facebook, how to, you know, Twitter. They're talking about Twitter, and I'm saying, what kind of a name is that? Like, you know, and Instagram and, you know, LinkedIn. And I had never done any social media. So that was my biggest struggle, was learning social media.
Right. So what are some tips that you would like to share to be successful on the online world?
Just dig into it, ask questions, find a partner, like a business partner that's in the business. There are so many, like we have, once people become into the business, we have chat groups, we have private chat groups, and you can, it's about every aspect of the business, and you can ask any question you want in that chat group.
Right.
We have a Facebook group that is just motivation. It's for motivation. We don't ask questions there. It's just motivation, motivation. You see other people's successes and their accomplishments. And then when you come into business, like I say, the chat groups for each one, you'll be assigned a personal mentor and a personal coach.
Right.
Those mentors and coaches, the coach always has a group that they do group Zooms. You can ask any questions you want there. Depending on the age groups, there's different groups for different ages, right? Because I'm over the age of 50, I started, 4 years ago, a group that's for people all over the age of 50. And we get together once a week on a Zoom and talk about our problems and discuss them, and we troubleshoot and we work together to help each other. So, there's so much that people can do once they become into this business. It's just, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. There's so much help. And like I say, the training. But the training is the number one thing to do after you become a business owner. You do that training step by step.
Yeah, I felt like this business is made for everyone because it's
Yeah.
very simple to set up and just learn.
Yes.
Right.
Very well, it's video based. If you can watch a video and read, you can do this business. That's all the
Right.
requirement. Watch a video and read. Because the videos show you step by step. And I would watch the video and then I'd go to and do it, and then I'd watch it and I'd pause it and I'd go and do it and I'd watch it. And that's how I built my business, was following that training right to a T. I didn't waver from it one little bit.
So, Debra, how did this business change your life?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm living in Mexico. That's a big difference. And it gave me the opportunity to be able to, go back and forth to Canada to see my family and my grandchildren. I pay my bills when they come in, which is nice, right? But my biggest thing is I always wanted to retire in Mexico. And by the way, being laid off just before you're 60 years old was not a good
Right.
thing, right? So I had to, because you lose your pension, your big pension and stuff. You don't get as much. You don't lose it all, but you don't get as much. And in Canada, you can't survive on your pensions you get when you get older, after you're especially used to living on a higher budget. And I mean, you don't live by yourself, you live with family, and I have a home here. It's very comfortable. And I'm living in Mexico in the nice warm weather year round. So that was the biggest difference for me, is being able to live in Mexico. I moved here in 2018.
Okay. So now, how's your business going so far?
Very well. Very well. I survive on it. That's how I survive, is my business. So
All right, Debra. Thank you so much for being here with us and share about your journey.
thank
And
you.
yep. And I hope I'll be able to talk to you again. So
Anytime, my dear, anytime. You're going to be amazing at this business.
thank you. All right, Debra. I wish all the best for your business, your health, and just your everything.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right, Debra. Thank you. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Bye bye.